Hi, I'm back again. Fetishes and why it is usually men who have them. Well, I didn't plan on making this video. It was a random DM request on Instagram. Apparently, this girl, after watching my Hindutva video, thought that I am some sort of an expert, which I am not. But since I have read so many different books on so many varied topics, I have indeed developed strong opinions on almost all the subjects. So, as far as the topic is concerned, here are my 2 cents. I personally believe that there are basically 3 reasons why it is men who usually develop these fetishes and kinks. So let's discuss them one by one. Number 1. From head to toe, every part of a woman is highly sexualized by our society. You will see women grooming their long hair, or threading their eyebrows, or waxing their hands and legs, or trying different shades of nail paints or nail art, etc. The point is, no scope is left to beautify even the most trivial part of their body. And then there are accessories which are meant for women and women alone. Those sexy red heels, those soft feather touch fabric of their clothes and in their undergarments, the styling and colors of their innerwears, their shapes, their shoes, their curves. Are you getting it? These fashion designers and trendsetters leave no stone unturned to exploit every opportunity they get to sexualize women and stuff related to them. So naturally there are men who notice these little things, and hence they develop an affinity for these superficial aspects. Point number 2. Sex is a very physical thing for men. I am not saying that sex is not a physical thing for women. Sex by definition itself is a physical act. But you see, unlike men, women have a lot of mental work to do to reach their peak. So no wonder why erotica and romance are still the popular genre amongst women, despite all these visual mediums of information. That is why you will see more men consuming visual stuff for their arousal as compared to women. Point is, while men peak early and mostly underperform, in the case of women it is the exact opposite. And because this arousal is a very visual and physical affair for men, it is easy for them to get triggered instantly, and even with the smallest of the things and details, you wouldn't even believe. I have male friends who openly say that they like those long smooth hairs, or that sexy collarbone, or those sleek and shiny legs, or those kinky heels, or those beautifully laced bras. The list is endless. Trust me, every person has quirks. Something that tickles the nerves, you know. It's okay. There is nothing in the world that is abnormal, unless it is immoral or hurting someone. The problem arises only when it becomes an obsession, an unhealthy one, a kind of Pavlovian association and conditioning, when it becomes impossible for a person to get off until the fetishistic elements are present and their kinky desires are fulfilled. And when, like Arjuna, these people only focus on the eye of the fish with complete indifference to and disregard for the rest of the fish. Point number 3. This is the further continuation of point number 2. As I told you, sex is a very visual and physical thing for men. So how are they gonna spice it up? How are they gonna add colors if they peak so early and don't last for long? Well, they do so by experimenting with the physical aspects of the act alone. And there comes a time when they finally find their calling, their leaning, and the fetish is developed. Consider this analogy. We all try different flavors when it comes to ice creams, right? But there is a certain favorite, a certain preference that tickles our taste buds the most. For example, for me, it is butterscotch. But that is not an issue. It will only become an issue when I will stop trying different flavors for a change and only consume butterscotch and butterscotch alone. The same is the thing with kinks and sexual fetishes. Everything is alright until a person refuses to try something different. Everything is alright until the person tries to impose it on an unwilling partner. We all know that obsessive tendencies are far more common in men. So no wonder why these fetishes and kinks are common in men too. Well, these are my opinions. I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong. Or maybe partially right. But these are the conclusions I arrived at by myself, as I was not satisfied by the answers I got by reading books. So do tell me, what do you think about these opinions of mine? Whether you agree with them or not. I will come up with more videos in the future to titillate your brains. Till then,